Small group leaders, hey guys, it's good to see y'all today. I want to let y'all know that I'm here with Shannon Westfall and Nick Miller and some other guys that have been partnered with them on a great project that their small group has stepped out to do some serving in the community. And it's just been so exciting to be here with these guys today and just see all the work that the Lord is doing right here in this home in Jackson. And so one of the things I'd love for Shannon and Nick to kind of speak towards is, man, how did the Lord just provide this opportunity for you guys and your small group to kind of rally around to dive in here and get this job done?
Well, just an example of how God kind of put it in front of us. I'm generally not a person to watch the news at all, but Paula happened to be out of town for Deeper Still Conference over there in Birmingham, and I had the news on, and she came home, and Mark Hardy, her grandson-in-law, Miss Donaldson's grandson-in-law, had done a news story and gotten a news story together to raise some awareness on Miss Jessie Donaldson's home. She's 93 years old. She's in a wheelchair. She has one leg, and she lives here with her 55-year-old mentally handicapped daughter. And we saw the story on the news, and Paul and I talked, and we both decided, I mean, we could help. You know, we could do something about this, and to know that you can do something and to know that you can help and to not do it is just a blatant disregard. I mean, when God puts something in front of you and He says, "Hey, you can help with this," if you don't help, I mean, you're in defiance. Yeah. So from that point, Nick has brought some great leadership to our small group, and he said to us previous to that, he said, hey, we're really looking for a community project. We're looking for something that we can do and dig in and help with. And we came to small group that next Sunday, and we said we're real excited, and we've got a program, and you know, I think this would be something really good, you know, for the small group to jump in on, and Nick was real excited about it.
Yeah, we had been discussing, or we had thrown out the idea of this, you know, start thinking about a service project that we can do, something as a group together through the Outlive Your Life. You know, we've been spurred on by that, just to get out there and serve God in a way that helps others, you know. And Shannon saw this and brought this to our attention, and we just all said, yeah, that's something that we would love to be a part of, you know. And the thing is that, you know, this isn't about us either. You know, this is not about us. It's about the Lord. And we've had a great support from the community just from getting the word out. A lot of people we've had volunteers here that just shown up and said, hey, we want to help. You know,
Justin showed up this morning. You know, Cam Wade showed up because he saw that. You know, he saw it out there, and I mean, God has provided and stepped in. I mean, that's a key that I want to put out there, is that God put that story in front of Paul and I. I mean, He put it right there in front of us. And it was our decision, you know, whether or not to go with that story or do what we do in most of our lives when we stay so busy and we just walk right past it. And I'm guilty of that. You know, I'm guilty of that more times than not, you know, just getting caught up in what I call life, or, you know, maybe the pursuit of things that aren't, you know, valuable. And, you know, just walking by, and we saw that story, and when we talked about it, I mean, we knew, hey, God put this in front of us for a reason. Now it's our decision whether to just walk on by, pretend we never saw it, or to show up and do something. Another area that God really just showed us some things in the project is we got real gung-ho about it. We met with Mark and got real excited about getting things going, and we said, hey, I know we can help stretch your dollars. I said, as far as a labor force, and as far as you know, manual labor, I said we can supply all that we need. I said, but we might need to pay for some skilled labor. You know, and we had lined up some skilled labor to go ahead and step in. And Mark, the skilled labor, told us, hey, we need to get a permit through the city of Jackson before we do this, because it's going to be a sizable job. And Mark had applied for that permit. And Mark and I joked around a little bit, because Mark said, hey, the permit's going to be in Friday. Well, the permit wasn't in Friday. And we had told the contractors, hey, the permit's going to be in Friday, so you guys will be able to start on Monday. And Mark and I talked, and he said, I don't know. You know, he said, they promised it was going to be here Friday, but it's not here. And we could have got upset, we could have got aggravated, and but we just waited, and we were faithful in that, and we knew God's plan was perfect, and it really materialized itself on Sunday in small group. We got back together, And Quentin, in our small group, approached me and he said, hey, he said, I just worked on a project up in Holmes County with a guy named Len Ware. And Len has really spearheaded this project. He has a heart for these type of things as well. He knows a great bit about a lot of the skilled labor that you guys need. And I really think you should call him. So we called him on Monday. Well, granted, Monday, we still had no permit. We couldn't start on this. And, you know, everybody works. You know, we all work full-time jobs and that. So we're doing this stuff in the time that we can and the time that God provides. So I talked to Len, and Len said, hey, how about we meet up? And I said, that'll be great. He seemed real excited about the project. And so we met up that Wednesday. Well, I called Mark Hardy that Monday, and I told him, I said, hey, we've got a meeting set up. I said, don't get excited yet. I said, but the great news is if he can help out, then we may be able to save some of this skilled labor.
Sure.
If he cannot help out, then we're no further behind than we were right now, because we already committed to to moving ahead with the project. Well, we met with Len on that Wednesday, and I told Mark Hardy that we were meeting on Wednesday, but he didn't have any idea what time or when we were meeting.
Exactly.
We met that morning at 10:30. This is God just blatantly saying, hey, I ordained this whole thing.
Exactly.
This permit, it wasn't the city of Jackson holding things up. He said, I stepped in there because you need to meet this guy.
Yeah.
And so we went through the project, and Len said, hey, he said, I can do a lot of this stuff. Of course, the sills on this home are rotted. There's roofing issues. There's just a lot of things that require some skilled stuff. We can come in here and do all the muscle that that needs to be done, but when it comes to some of the skilled stuff, I mean, we just didn't know. And we walked through the home, and he said, yeah, I'm excited about the project. I can do the project. Here's what we need to do. We need to go ahead and gut this home on Saturday, or as soon as you guys can get a workforce together. But he said, I'm on board with this thing. He said, I think we can carry this to the end. We walked through the kitchen right into there. Mark Hardy walked in the back door with the permit in his hand.
Really?
Wow. The permit in his hand.
Wow.
Now this is Wednesday. He doesn't know that we're here. He knows that we're coming. He didn't know what time or anything. Not 2 minutes after he said, I'm involved and this is going to be great and we're going to get this thing together, Mark Hardy walks in the back door with the permit.
Really?
Now people can call that coincidence, but I call that God.
No.
I call that God saying, hey, this is what I was holding everything off for.
Yeah.
Now go to work.
That's awesome.
I go to work, and it was awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. So
This is a sizable project, and we've had a lot of support and even some fundraising. But for the small groups who want to get involved, it's not about the size of the project you take on. It's about serving in the capacity in which God allows you to. And 1 Peter says, if you're a gifted speaker, the speakers of God's talking through you, and if you're a laborer, labor as if God's working through you, so that God will be glorified. And the convicting thing, especially through Outlive Your Life, is we're saved by grace alone. There's no doubt about that. No amount of good works that we can do would ever secure our salvation. But James said, that saying you have faith is worthless if it's not backed up with your actions.
That's right. Got to have some works.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
And this has definitely blessed us as much as it's blessed Ms. Donaldson.
Absolutely.
Cool.
In this community. So.
Well, guys, this is just awesome, man. I am so excited for the way this small group and this community has stepped in, and there's no doubt that it's all about God's timing. It's all about Him ordaining this opportunity for you guys to step in and serve Him, and that's the greatest thing is, man, you guys have all communicated. We're not doing this for ourselves, man. We're doing this to bring glory and honor and praise to the Lord, and so I hope that this encourages other small groups to be listening for God to whisper into your life and into the life of your small group so that you can take these steps of faith and obedience and get out and serve the community in great ways. So, guys, it's been great being with y'all today, and we're so excited for what the Lord's going to do in this place and then what He's going to continue to do throughout the community as well. So, y'all have a great day and have fun working. All right.
All right.